Arts A to Z channel. I've switched off for a while to the beads, and well, I was cleaning up the stash and I realized that just having the enough cabochons on my desk will last me for about a couple of years if I make 3 cabochons a month. So I'm kind of, for the next 3 weeks I'll be quite busy with doing some necklaces like this. That's actually the old one that I made 7 years ago, and that will be something I'll be doing with this. This is actually the plan for the next week. This week is this cabochon, and for this cabochon, while I'm doing the video for the embroidery about it and the finishing with the leather casing and embroidery around it, I decided to take a break, and for today's stream I'll clean up a bit, and I've got my threaded about, if I only find the bit here, I think it's here. I threaded about 4 meters of, let me give it this, I don't know, camera doesn't work really well for streams. So I will get, since the cabochon I'm using has 3 main colors. It's light blue, dark blue, and a bit of kind of grayish. I used the mixture of check beads. They're all size 10, I think. So I will make the beaded cord. It will be done with the double crochet, British terms, double crochet cord, and will be made in spiral way. So as I said, I threaded about 4 meters, and I prefer to work with about 5 centimeters or 2 inches of beads in my hand. So I've done the first chain is empty. The cord will be about 7 beads in circles. So I'll do the first 7 beads. I've done the video about this cord probably about 7 years, no, not 7, yeah, 7 years ago. So this is kind of repeating the process. So I got 4, 5, 6, and 7. I might be yawn during the process because I think I need to check my thyroids. So I've got the level of hormones getting too high and I'm starting yawning all of a sudden. So I got the first loop and I looped it. So I got the bead and I insert the hook so that the bead flips to the right of the hook and stands with the hole up. For the first row, it's very difficult to get everything in right order, so don't worry about that. The first row, about 90% of the time, you'll get it wrong. So this is absolutely normal, nothing to worry about. And since I got got everything threaded randomly, I get this irregular pattern just as it would happen to be on the cabochon itself. So after a couple of rows, you will see how the pattern works out. So I've got the bead on the right with the hole looking up. 3, that's 5. When you start doing this, the first couple of cords, the first couple of starts, you would think that you create a mess, the bird's nest or whatever it is, and because everything is looking out of order. The only thing that you have to be really aware of is to count the number of beads. That's the only thing that matters. over here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So you have to calculate the amount. This is what usually happens. The first bead drops down, so you have to pick it up really carefully and return it back into work. And now back I have 7 beads. So I've got the one that I'm working on right now, and 4 on the side, 6 on the side. So always make sure that you got the right amount of beads started, otherwise you would end up with either 5, 6 or 8 or 8 beads in a row. And as I say, the first row is really wobbly. Just gotta sure. That's what I'm working on. I got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 7. I've done at least 30 cords at every time. The start is makes me crazy, but once you get about 3 or 4 rows, everything gets nice and packed and back into order. And got my 8 beads. Always make sure that the bead from the previous row shifts to the right of your hook, and it stands up like facing the hole up. And so on. Even if you got it wrong, the first row, it will still be hidden under the terminator, the cone. Got 3 and 4. So this ugly little bead will be hidden. Now, as you can see, it's already started showing up. The beads in the cord, they're standing horizontally with the hole up. The ones that we are actually working on, the last row, they are vertical with the hole pointing horizontally, and this is absolutely normal. And I will continue for another 20 minutes before my camera switches off. I will chat and do the cord. I know most of you are popping up to see the carpet weaving or general weaving, but as I said, at the moment I'm taking a small break as I'm trying to clean up my bead stash, and it's enormous. As I said, if I clean up, if I do all the cabochons that are actually on my table right now, it will take me at least a year of hard working, and I'm not counting those hundreds of boxes that I have lying around me. And just the cabochons, I got about 10 kilos of gemstone cabochons, so you can imagine each cabochon is about 50 grams. You can calculate the amount of hoarding that I had as a result of this postpartum depression or something like that. It was really hoarding beads and cabochons. So now it's time to use everything. And as you can see, I got the cord already appearing, matching the pattern on the stone itself. So this is generally what I'm aiming for. the cord that would resemble the stone itself, just like I did here. So this is the leopard skin jasper. As you can see, it's got the brown color and kind of green, red, green and pink, the aurora transparent beads. And I got this cable done for, if I only get the chance to find the beads. No, it's somewhere here, somewhere in this mess. But there's the cabochon with these colors. So while I'm making jewelry, I prefer to use either the both colors on the of the cabochon, either on the stitching or on the cable itself, just like this. Since I got the embroidery around the cabochon matching the color of the cabochon itself, I prefer to keep the plain cord, so it kind of stands out. But in this case, I got the silver embroidery around the cabochon, and it will be blue and dark blue, so the cable will match the stone itself, and it's vice versa. I can do both, but at least the cable should match the color of the cabochon. This is what I prefer to do, and that's what my customers prefer to buy. So, and as I said, in the last week of April, I'll get my carpet loom set up, and in May I will start evening streams on carpet weaving, so you can enjoy the view of me making the knots and piles. So yeah, I guess the colors are more or less matching the stone, so I like it. And the embroidery around the cabochon will consist of, I've already chosen this light blue and transparent dark blue beads, like the round pearl beads, not the seed, but the regular ones, like this. So it will be the embroidery around the gem like this, and that will be the silver lining around the cabochon when I'll attach the leather back, and that would be next week. Well, hopefully this week, but if not, it will be next week, and will be lots of work to do, lots of streaming, because I'm really bored of doing this cabochon alone, not talking, because I'm so used to have friends in my workshop. There were always people coming around and have for a tea, or just sitting around. We would gather all my crafting friends. We were sitting around the table, and somebody was knitting, somebody was crochet, and somebody beading, and somebody doing macrame, and that was fun. I do miss those times. Maybe one day I'll do something here in the village where I live, but I'm not really sure if the people, the kids will be interested in this kind of crafts here. But I hope. And as I said, the bead flips to the right, hole up, and crochet, double crochet. Sorry, single. That's a single crochet. So use the Irish crochet lace, talking about double, so just skip that single. Single, slip stitch, whatever you call it, prefer to call it. Always count the right number. Make sure you got 7 beads, 3 and 4. It's easy to count. The one that you're working for, 2 behind and 4 in front. So we got quite a nice pattern that resembles the picture on the stone itself, on the cabochon, so it will match. And I will do the, probably use the bead, this mix leftovers to do the loops around the cabochon. Once I finish it, it will be something like this. The selvage, the edge, and it will be done in these colors as well, I guess. I haven't decided it yet. Just when it comes to that time, we'll talk about it. And so far I'm talking about beaded cord, and I've got 7. So I guess it looks okay. Matches the stone itself. So we got light blue, we got dark blue, and got gray here on the cord itself. And this random cast on, I didn't do the special pattern. I just threw everything into the bowl, and I was threading as it goes. So I might have something like 10, like this, like 2-3 beads of these, 7 of them, and then they repeat. More of blue, less blue, more dark blue, less gray, more gray. So it's kind of absolutely random number threaded, and this creates this random pattern, which I prefer, unless it's the color, the stone itself requires some additional colors, patterning. And then I would obviously start casting the beads to match particular color pattern. But for those sea sediment jaspers, there's no need to do that. You'll just cast it on as it goes, thread it on as it goes, so there's no need to worry about the pattern, about the picture that will appear on the cord itself. So I love this type of work, and at least I'm using all these beads. It will help me to destash. Now I got 7 again. Always check the number of beads, because sometimes you might just lose or add one more. By mistake, you could make 2 stitches into the same bead, previous bead. So you have to sometimes unravel everything and let till the moment where you made the mistake and fix it. Well, I guess it's either too early today for streaming, or everybody's working. There's not that many people online. But unfortunately, this is probably the only time I can do streams now. Is that treating my insomnia doesn't really match up the time of everybody's online. So, but I guess you can catch up later in record. So I guess that will be it for today. Thanks everyone for joining, who was joining me during this stream. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you tomorrow. And I hope I will finish this by tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.